My daughter's voice cut through the silence like a blade. "Dad, come here, quick!" I dropped the bottle I was washing. It shattered. When I reached her room, she was standing by her bed holding the neighbor's 2-year-old boy. The child's sobs were small, trembling things. She turned him slightly toward me. "Look," she whispered. I did, and my hands started to shake. Across the boy's back were faint, dark bruises. Not random, patterns. Circular, deliberate. I froze. My throat burned. The kind of burn that comes when rage meets disbelief. "He fell," I murmured automatically, but even I didn't believe it. The bruises were too precise, too cruel. I took the boy from her gently, my heart pounding as if trying to escape my chest. His tiny body tensed in my arms, flinching at every sound. Something inside me shifted, a quiet click. I called the cops. Calmly, clearly. My voice didn't tremble. Then I called his mother. "You need to come home right now," I said. Silence. "Why?" "Just come home." I hung up and waited. The boy stared at me, wide-eyed, frightened. He didn't speak, just pressed his little hand against my chest like he wanted to feel a heartbeat that wasn't his mother's. When she arrived, she looked perfect, hair tied neatly, perfume soft and expensive. She smiled like nothing was wrong. "What's going on?" she asked, voice sweet, casual. Then she saw the police car parked outside. Her face broke for half a second, just enough for me to see something behind her calm. Guilt? Fear? The officer took her aside. I stayed silent, holding the boy close. He clung tighter. She looked at me over the officer's shoulder, confusion painted over panic. "There's been a mistake," she said. "He's just clumsy." The officer asked questions. She had answers for all of them. Practiced, controlled. But I saw it, the twitch in her jaw, the dart of her eyes every time her son whimpered. Something wasn't right. That night, after they left, I couldn't sleep. My daughter's words echoed in my head. "Dad, look at his back." The image wouldn't fade. It wasn't just abuse, there was intention. Patterns like that didn't come from accidents. They came from someone sending a message. I didn't know what kind, not yet, but I would find out. I started small, quietly. I checked her social media. Nothing. All smiles and sunshine. I watched her husband's account, business trips, charity events, distant smiles. They looked like perfection sculpted in glass. But glass cracks. The next morning, I found something. A post she deleted seconds after uploading, a photo of her son's back. Captioned only with a single heart emoji. No words, just that. I screenshotted it. Then I called in a favor from an old friend in the local hospital. Confidentiality be damned. I needed records. A few hours later, I had them. The boy had been admitted 3 times in the past year. Accidental injuries, minor fractures, burns of uncertain origin. All signed off by the same attending physician, Dr. Melissa Hanley. Her name made my stomach twist. She wasn't just their doctor, she was her best friend. I checked deeper. Their phone records overlapped hundreds of times a month. Late-night calls, messages, and then the photos. Hidden in a shared cloud folder I wasn't supposed to find. Her, the doctor, the husband, together. 3 of them, in the same house. The boy's house. The bruises, the secrecy, the silence. I wasn't looking at a case of abuse anymore. I was looking at a ritual. A bond sealed through cruelty. A triangle feeding on fear. And the boy, he was their sacrifice. The report came 2 days later. The officer I'd called had escalated my complaint. The medical examiner confirmed it. Burn marks consistent with a heated metal ring. Bruises patterned like fingerprints. 3 sets. 3 adults, not 1. When I saw the report, I didn't react. I just folded it, placed it in an envelope, and drove. She answered the door like nothing had changed, but her eyes flicked to the envelope in my hand. "What's that?" I didn't speak. I just set it on the table. She opened it, read. The color drained from her face. Her hand trembled. "Where did you—" "I called the police before I called you." My voice didn't shake. "They already know." She stared at me, eyes wet but empty. "You don't understand." "I do," I said, "too well." Her mask broke, the kind of break you don't recover from. She tried to speak, nothing came out. I turned to leave. Behind me, I heard the soft thud of her collapsing into a chair, and the smallest sound, her son calling my name. When the police arrived again, she was still there, silent, staring at the floor. They cuffed her gently, like you would a ghost. The doctor and husband followed soon after. 3 of them, side by side, faces drained of the humanity they once pretended to have. I stood outside with the boy. He didn't cry this time, just looked up at the flashing lights reflected in my eyes. I placed my hand on his shoulder. "You're safe now," I whispered. He nodded, small and certain, as if he understood. Inside, her voice broke through the chaos, raw, animal, desperate. "Why did you do this to us?" I looked through the window at her. "You did it to yourself," I said, softly, and walked away. It's been 3 months. The boy's in foster care. My daughter still asks about him sometimes. I tell her he's safe, though I'm not sure any of us ever really are. At night, I replay her words in my mind. "Dad, come here quick." That moment changed everything. It reminded me that monsters don't hide under beds. They sleep beside us. They smile across fences. They ask you to babysit their children. I used to believe evil was loud. Now I know it whispers, and I listen for it, always. Because once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You just learn to live colder, quieter, more awake. Final line. I didn't save that child to be a hero. I did it because I finally recognized the bruise I'd spent years pretending not to see on myself.